Welcome to the Sykes & Company PA video blog featuring Ollin Sykes.
Ollin, as a pharmacy owner, how do I know that I'm accounting for my DIR fees correctly?
DIR fees, which stand for direct and indirect remuneration, is a relatively new term in the last few years in the Obamacare health arena. And to make a long story short, it is a very sore subject for many pharmacies. Additionally, it's not necessarily transparent from a lot of PBMs, insurance companies, and wholesalers, in that the information about what is being held back, clawed back, reduced from your third-party payments might not be accountable to you from those third parties, regardless of where it's coming from. And if it's not accountable, then the question is, how do you account for it? And in many cases, when you are adjudicating, let's just use a $100 claim as an example. You might be adjudicating a $100 claim, and you might be only getting back $82 from your PBMs. From that $82 that you'd be receiving, you don't know why that $18 has been reduced. You don't know whether there's been an adjustment because the insurance company is refusing to pay $100 if you adjudicated. You don't know whether there's a $5 or $6, $7, $8 DIR fee. You don't know what the transmission costs are. You may not know what any or all of those deductions are. Again, some systems are better than others to report that. But you need to try to find out what those various cost reductions are from that gross amount adjudicated to the net amount received. Now, when you take that one single adjudicated claim times thousands of claims that you are filling each and every month, it becomes a monumental task. It's a huge big data issue, and the systems that are in place today, some capture that information and data better than ever before. But making sure, for example, if you're recording that $82 in my example as revenue, and then you're showing your cost of goods sold appropriately with inventory adjustments, your gross margin probably is going to be less from than what you're showing maybe from your script dispensing systems. And you might be confused as to why your gross margins are showing considerably less, and maybe taking rebates out of the picture here for the moment. In other cases, we know pharmacies that are recording their revenues at gross adjudicated amounts, but yet only getting that $82 amount for that claim. And if they're not adjusting those costs out, they're paying more tax, and they're showing more gross profit than they should be, and paying more tax than they should be. So this whole area of accounting for third-party claims of what you're either receiving, what you're paying in expenses, is a very complicated issue, and it's very specifically related to your PBMs and your wholesalers and the reporting mechanisms they either have or do not have in place. Again, some better than some worse. But you need to be talking to your pharmacy accounting CPA professionals that you're dealing with, and if they don't have a clue of what we just talked about here for the last few minutes, then you probably have the wrong person in place. This is a very, very detailed, and it's a very ever-changing situation.
And when you say I need to stay on top of it, basically that can consist of me hiring the right accounting team and knowing that they're on top of it.
Absolutely. You need to make sure that your accounting team that's involved with you understands this, is recording this properly, and that you can understand exactly how these claims are being reported or not being reported.
Thank you for joining us today. If you want more information or have any questions, please feel free to contact Ollin directly.